And now, Better Insurance Options presents Senior Security. What happened in the past might be good or it might be bad, but it can't be changed. So let's handle it like this. You just arrived in this body at this moment, look around, assess the situation, forget about blame or the reasons why, just make a plan. For Better Insurance Options, here is Frank Sutter. You probably know that a Medicare Advantage plan usually includes prescription drug coverage. And that makes it awesome, right? Well, it sounds awesome, but let's take a closer look. The Advantage plan prescription drug coverage is set up as a one-size-fits-all plan, targeted to meet the needs of the largest number of people turning 65. Obviously, this works the best from a business standpoint because the insurer wants their plan to be appropriate for the largest number of people. The way that they do this is to cover a large number of common medications and far fewer specialty medications. Just remember that people who are just turning 65 in general do not have a lot of serious medical issues. Yet. This provides the insurance company with the opportunity to sign up a whole lot of members. Medicare Advantage plans come with only one option regarding prescription drug protection, and everybody knows that eventually most of us wind up with health issues that grow larger over time. It probably won't happen for a while. In fact, I hope it never happens. But the simple truth is that none of us live forever, and most of us endure failing health eventually. So let's imagine for a few moments that you will end up with new, more expensive prescriptions, and at that point, your Advantage drug plan does not cover you very well. Actually, this happens so often that there have been solutions already developed to accommodate this situation. Here's how it works. Most insurers will offer separate standalone Part D plans as well as Advantage plans with no Part D attached. From a marketing perspective, the Advantage plan bundled with Part D is specifically aimed at new Medicare enrollees with very few medical issues. In many cases, you will eventually have to drop this bundled plan and go with separate plans, which puts you in the same position that you would have been if you'd selected a Medicare supplement plan in the first place. The big difference now is that you have medical issues, which is why you're taking more prescription drugs. And here we arrive at the crux of the problem. If you remember only one thing from this podcast, remember this. Underwriting means you may no longer be eligible for a supplemental plan. It depends, of course, on the medical situation, but you have to remember that your bills are going to be higher. Let me break this down for you. In the most essential terms, the business of an insurance company is to pay your bills. That's really what it boils down to. They are accepting your premiums in return for a promise to pay your medical bills when they occur. This promise is written on paper, provided to you in the form of a booklet called the Evidence of Coverage, and even though they are only written promises on paper, as long as you pay your premiums, these promises are enforceable in a court of law. Most policies end up only paying some portion of your medical bills when you get them, and the consumer has some financial responsibilities in the form of deductibles, copays, and coinsurance. In the case of Medicare supplement policies, the benefits are standardized and the promise is to pick up all of the remainder that Medicare doesn't pay on all covered categories within the Medicare supplement plan. So given that the business of the insurance company is essentially to pay your bills, it's quite understandable that they would become reluctant to issue insurance for a person whose health may be failing. Is this horrible? I don't know. In a sense it is, I suppose, especially if it's you that can't get a supplemental plan. But on the other hand, there are guaranteed issue periods during which you cannot be turned down. You may have let these time periods pass, and this is an individual decision, which in many cases is very understandable because it's usually based on financial considerations. Nonetheless, there was an opportunity to obtain the insurance. It all goes back to that tired old analogy of trying to buy fire insurance because your house is burning down. Insurance companies simply can't do that. I'm genuinely sorry if this has a bad impact on your life, but it's really unavoidable. There's no way to change it. The bottom line of what I'm saying here is that once you get to the point where your Part D plan is no longer effective and you're presented with a standalone Part D plan to go along with your Advantage plan that has no Part D attached, you're going to be covered. It's going to be somewhat higher priced because your drug needs are larger, but you will have coverage. Your days of saving money on Part D are probably over, unless you visit my website where you will find a booklet on 16 ways to save money on Part D. That's franklybetterme.com/senior security. But going back to the other side of the equation, you're probably going to have your Advantage plan from that point forward. It's highly unlikely that you're going to be able to get a supplemental plan due to medical underwriting. For that reason, it's critical to consider a supplement plan while your health is still good. I'm going to give you some idea of what to expect in terms of coverage in a poor health situation right after this.
Medicare is a health plan for people on Social Security, and it's actually pretty awesome. There is one glaring problem, though, and it causes many people to seek something more. The problem is that Medicare leaves a percentage of the bill for the insured to pay, usually 20%. Now, while 20% of an x-ray may not be such a big deal, 20% of a major surgery might just be a very big deal. That's why there's Medigap. Medigap, also known as Medicare Supplemental Insurance, is designed to cover the part that Medicare does not pay. I don't want to oversimplify this. Please know that there are many factors to consider when choosing a Medigap plan, but in its most basic, simplified form, Medigap reduces or eliminates your part of the medical bills. Visit franklybetterme.com/senior security to find out more.
So we were talking about Advantage plans and how they are good when your health is good. And then we got to how they behave in a poor health situation. Quick review. Most of the time you'll have to obtain a standalone drug plan which covers your prescriptions better and a standalone Advantage plan. You will have your drug coverage, but the problem is that now your Advantage plan is separated from your drug plan just like a supplemental plan would have been. And you will still have the nickel and dime copays and coinsurance of the Advantage plan. Only now, your medical needs are increasing, and so those nickel and dimes are growing. Suddenly, you no longer have the cheapest coverage available. This is the main reason why I urge people to consider supplement plans. I know they're more expensive. The monthly premiums are frequently much larger than an Advantage plan. And it's normally true that you will go for quite some time without needing the more comprehensive coverage that a supplemental plan can provide. The problem is, if you take this path too far, you may end up wishing that you hadn't. Just like the house on fire, if your health begins to go south, and that's what we're talking about here because this, of course, is insurance for seniors, it will be too late to get the best coverage. There are some interesting options available that you might want to consider, plans that provide less than 100% coverage. There's actually a whole series of options available in Medicare supplements. One of the most interesting is a Plan F high deductible. This is a Plan F, which means it'll give you 100% coverage apart from drugs, but it has the unique exception that it contains a deductible. Basically, what that means is you will be covered by your original Medicare with a safety net. Your responsibility will fall along the lines of 20% of your medical bills until they become very large, at which point you will meet your deductible and your Plan F will kick in. That's at least one option you should consider, especially in light of the fact that a Plan F will be discontinued in 2020. I'll have more about Plan F high deductible in another venue, but I think it's a plan worth considering. Another option is to look at a prescription drug card. I have one on my website that I highly recommend because it provides far more than just prescription discounts. All of this is your decision, of course, but I can tell you this. People with supplemental plans have a greater sense of security and peace of mind. I can sum up how they feel in just 2 words. It's covered. We should talk. Here's my info. My name is Frank Sutter, and I'm a licensed independent insurance professional. You can reach me at my cell, 267-997-1007, or in my office at 215-992-9953. My email is franklybetterme@gmail.com. My company, which is rapidly growing, is Better Insurance Options, and we do life, health, and Medicare. And finally, our website is franklybetterme.com/senior security. You've been listening to Senior Security, a production of Better Insurance Options. Better Insurance Options is a subsidiary of Frankly Better Marketing Enterprises, Incorporated. You can email any questions or comments to franklybetterme@gmail.com. And thank you for listening.